Mwanzo ni kushukuru wale wote walijitokeza kwenye zoezi hili la uchaguzi wa mpira, president wa mpira, because for long watu wamekuwa wakitaka every time. You see, sometimes we cannot say that the office that was there was a very bad office. No. You know, because we never create enmity in the game, because we are always competing, and we are always drawing some mixed results. So for today was a very good day for the team that we thought that they were really pushing for it. Hussein Mariga team. So first of all, it's congratulations to them. It's a great job, and that's also a new hope for the football family. So personally, I'm also very excited, because sometimes when you have a change, because we have seen what the other guys did, they did their part, but there's always something for more development. Yeah, so there's a new office that is coming and they also want to develop something more and more. So mimi naona kwa leo ni shukran sana kwa Mariga na Hussein. Najua kidogo watabadilisha vitu, unaona sio mabadiliko mengi, because the game is always the same. Yeah, the game of football will always remain the same. It is also about the dynamics in leadership application could be very different, and maybe could also motivate all the players. More important, a level playing ground for the players. We really need that. We need to get the game back, and it is possible.
As a coach, una experience coach kwenye game Harambee Stars, ni kitu kama gani ungependa timu Hussein na Mariga wapatie kipaumbele, yani priority in the first maybe 1 year in the office?
It's too early to push a lot of appointments right now, you know, in terms of not even appointments, you know, like demands of what we might or what the game needs at the moment. But there's also the only thing that is needed in the beginning is a moment to bring the stakeholders around and reflect on where we are and where we want to go and how we want to do it. That's the most important thing at the moment.
There is a possibility kwamba Harambee Stars coaching role could be vacant. Will you be interested?
No, I don't think I'm here to lobby for that position, because we have a new office, and you know, I've always been a front believer in trying to develop the game within the country. So for one, is today it's a special moment. It's not a day to talk about who is going to replace you or who is going to be in what position. I don't think that is timely. But time will reach, because they also are very capable and competent personnel that has already been elected, and I think they will do that. I think they can do it better, and they can sit around the table and they can think about the game. What is important is to think about the structures that can help the game from now.
Coach, 2027 AFCON, what kind of preparations should we have so that we have a successful campaign?
Oh, maybe I need to explain it a little bit longer, because first of all, we have to think about, we are talking about the where we want to be, but now it's about the what we want to do to be there. But the big question is now the how to do it to get there. Yeah. So if I have to get into the metaphor and explain all that, I think it will take quite a long explanation. But first of all, we want to be there, but the what is the big issue, and the how, you know, because it's a new office, and we must understand that we must give them some time to look around, you know, what needs to be fixed. The game, and I said earlier, the game will always be the game. You can't change it, but you can always keep on improving it, because we have to catch up with the new dynamics in the game, because the game is moving very fast. There is already technology in the game now that we think that Kenyan players also should embrace technology for further development. So they have a lot of work to do, and the good thing is that we know from where we sit that they have a very good goodwill from the central government, because you can never, it's very difficult to succeed in this arena, or the football arena, that when the government support from the government support from the central government is not sufficient, then you have a problem, because also the private sector will disappear from the game. And that means the game is hard hit, like we have also witnessed, you know, in just a few years that we have been, you know, on the pitch and practicing. So it's it needs more of a teamwork approach to make sure we bring a lot of people on board so that at least we can get the game running.
And coach, maybe for you individually, what is the next step for you? I know, of course, you cannot speak about Ibrahim enough, but you think, given your experience and given what you've achieved, you can actually bring a stakeholder to this new regime, especially having coached Mariga and co. Do you think your expertise will be crucial in helping maybe generally professionalize the game? Because we've seen for a long time the league itself isn't marketable. People are now moving overseas to, not even overseas, to Tanzania. Do you think that they're in a position where they can help maybe professionalize our game and maybe make our league and the football in general attractive again?
It's a journey, and it's also a connection of a project that has to be given a very deep thought, because again we are talking about the infrastructure, but not only the hardware aspect, but also the software. Yeah? That means, with the coaching education programs that have been running, that means the capacity building of the coaches to better the game, because for sure every player deserves a good coach. Every player, doesn't matter the level, and that is one key aspect that should always be given a lot of focus, because we have to generate we have to keep on generating players, and that means every generation must be given a lot of attention, and that really works well when we have the infrastructures on. And again, we are preparing people to do it, and because we keep on talking about not producing enough players, but the lack of not producing, it means that already the capacity that we are already, or we are not doing a lot to make sure at least we have checked on every point to make sure that development takes precedence over winning. So sometimes we're talking about the youth. We have trained a lot of youth coaches already, even with the outgoing office. There's a lot of great job that was done in terms of building the coaches' capacity. But it's still not enough. It's still not enough. We have to make sure at least we standardize things and we move forward, and we make sure at least we are focused. And I'm thinking about a leadership that can set some structures that are also measurable. And they are there. They just need some activation, because when you talk about the basic football, you go to the primary schools. We have the CBC program that is also supporting football in terms of development. So we are there, but it is only about how serious do we want to do it, and the how is very key. How do you want to do it? That's very important, because we can pull sponsors around, but if we don't have a good a roadmap of how to do it, we might also find ourselves again, just going round and round and round. So yes, we have to celebrate, because people were waiting and they wanted some change, and that we can celebrate. But then we also have to look at the other side of the coin. How are we going to maximize the celebration to make sure at least we achieve something positive, and that we don't, all the kids who are watching today, and from tomorrow I know it will be headline all over, then they should not be disappointed in the next few months or in the next few years, because they also want to be there. Every season or every qualifier that is wasted is a generation that is killed, and we have already done that already. Kill some generations, and if you kill a lot of generations, then you cannot complain about producing. It means there's something we are getting wrong. There's a disconnect between the development aspect of it and the target of the country as a whole.
Coach, there's something that is great. We talked about reflecting on our game. Qualifiers just ended the other day, and the question is, as you reflect on it as a coach yourself, talking about even the kid generations, how do you see it? Because even the new regime comes when they are also reflecting on that failed campaign of 2025. Do you think there was a possibility, even with all the challenges, to go to Morocco?
First of all, we have to be also honest, because the new office is not working in a vacuum. There's already something that has been done. There is already a team that we saw that was in Tanzania under 20 with very talented young players that I had a chance to watch a match when they played. So there is something that has been left behind. It is now how best can you polish what has been left behind to get to the next level. So we are not starting anything. We have said earlier, but we can